on in, have a seat. My man right here has been to a couple PassTheAux. What's up, man? Good to see you. I'm in your hood now. Each city has its own vibe. Like last month we did Toronto for 2 days in a row, and they just brought their own sound, their own vibe, and it was just a great experience. Not only to be able to like play stuff for me, but it really becomes like bigger than playing stuff for Illmind, right? It almost becomes this experience where you get to meet some of your peers and be able to network with each other and start collaborating with each other. You know, working with your peers and linking up with people that are like-minded and also create in your city is just so crucial. You know, it's not always about like being an upcoming producer and thinking about like your first instinct is how do I get like a publishing deal, or like how do I get my tracks to like Drake or Jay-Z. It's really about getting your tracks and creating some momentum with your peers. My peers were Boy Wonder, before Drake blew up, you know, Justice League, Ninth Wonder, Jake One, like those were my peers, and we were in the underground and we were kind of grinding and doing our thing. But fast forward 10 years later and I get to call Boy Wonder and be like, hey, what's up? And he'll hit me up and be like, hey, we're working on another Drake album, let's go. And nurturing it over time. So you really have to think of it in that way. And I really think that's so overlooked. And that's like one of the big missing pieces to, you know, why people aren't able to create some momentum for themselves. You know, take a chance and just start collaborating with people. Because I know what it's like to be an upcoming music producer and not have the experience working with other people, and music was meant to be made with people. So yeah, once again, clap it up for yourselves for being here.
Is that too long to you guys?
That was the first thing I was gonna comment on. Okay. Cut the intro in half or just get right into the song. Intros are so important, guys. Like, the intro could really make or break a song. It's almost like watching a movie. It's like, how many of you guys watch Game of Thrones? Raise your hand.
Yeah.
And honest question, raise your hand if you plan on watching it. Because I want to spoil something, but if you're gonna watch it, I'm not gonna spoil it. That's like starting off with like killing off a main character in the first scene. You know, you wanna paint the picture in the proper way. Career development, where it can take you in terms of placement.
So let's say you're kind of coming up and you get a placement. What should you expect?
Got it. Got it. Okay, so you know, as a music producer, you grind, and the goal is to get placements with people, right? So eventually, you're gonna get that first like big placement that involves a decent amount of money and it's on a major label, stuff like that. So what you can expect most likely is they're gonna try to fuck you over, basically. Because you're new, you don't really have the leverage. I think what really matters is like what kind of track it is. So let's say your first placement, you get a placement tomorrow and it's with like Rihanna. And it ends up being like a single. So it's like they know they want it as a single, and it's a very important record for them. What you would need to do, and really with any scenario when you get a placement, is you would need to hire an attorney. They need to negotiate how much money you're getting up front, how many points you get on the mechanical, how many points and percentages you get on the publishing side, on the writing side, and all that stuff. So you can't do that on your own by any means. And the sad part about it is that when new producers get their first placement, they don't have an attorney, and the record label will just like give you a contract and say, here, we're gonna pay you $500, just sign the contract and we'll cut the check. And a lot of these guys out here are like saying, okay, cool, let me just sign it without an attorney, and then get fucked over. So it could be really frustrating. So when you have a placement like a Rihanna thing, for instance, and you know it's a single, there's attorneys out there that will be willing to work for you on your behalf, because it's like going to be such a nice payday for everybody. So a lot of times an attorney will come in and say, hey, you know, you got this placement going, let me let me work this record for you and negotiate this on your behalf, and all I want in return is like 5%. Those are the types of things you want to look out for. But I think in any scenario where you get your first like major label placement, you're gonna want to hire an attorney to work on your behalf. And listen, it's okay to have a day job. Like, there's so much you can do on your off time as well. It takes 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes to like post on Instagram, you know? So like small stuff like that, where you're posting something every day at 3 p.m. Whether it's a snippet video of like a beat you made last week, or some kind of artwork with audio attached, like, hey, DM me if you want to buy this beat. Just like anything to engage with your followers. You know, you can easily do that like on your lunch break, right? So just, I would say just like start applying yourself in small ways whenever you can to just contribute to your music production career as a producer.
Oh, yeah.
All right, beat, let's go. What are you using, man?
Machine?
Machine?
Yeah.
I've never heard of Machine before. What's that?
What's native instrument?
It is, what's Native Instruments? Oh.
Is there anything that you think you still need to work on? Like, what do you think you need to improve on?
Oh my God, so much. I need to improve on my mixes, my beats, my melodies, everything, man. I just feel like every day I feel like I need to elevate more and more and more. Like I want to learn how to play instruments better. You know, like one day I want to take like violin lessons and learn how to play violin. And then after I learn violin, I want to learn trumpet, you know? Right now I'm just like still practicing. I mean, I've been playing keys for a long time, but I'm still getting better at that, you know, and I need to get better at guitar. So, yeah, just so much, man. It's like, you know, how many of you people how many of you guys do like yoga? Raise your hand. And it's okay. I do yoga too. Hot yoga, you know. So yoga, you know, they say yoga is a practice. The reason why they call it a practice is because you never master yoga. And I think making music is the same thing, where, you know, being a musician is a practice, because you never master the art of creating music. And so I kind of treated music like in that way a long time ago. And it's just helped me realize that every day I can learn more. Special people in the building that came to stop by and say hello to you guys. I'm super honored to have them stop by. Sorry to put you guys in the spot. My man Ghazi, the founder of Empire Distribution. And Tina Davis, also from Empire, clap it up. Thank you guys for coming. Just a couple minutes, just to talk to them. Yeah, hey, Tina, good to see you. Do you guys have any questions regarding the behind the scenes stuff? You know, how do I get a deal, or what kind of deal is good or bad? We'll start with you. Yep.
In this day and age, do you think it's really important to like have a music manager, or do you think that you can kind of embody the industry like as a sole person with so much technological information out there?
Yeah, that's funny that you asked that, because I was just having this conversation with somebody today. I actually think that the biggest sore spot in the music industry right now is proper management.
Yeah.
It's probably the biggest vacancy and the biggest void. So there's a difference between having the homie manage and having a real manager.
Right.
That's going to guide you, mentor you, and steer you in the right direction. So if you could find a good manager, I would advise having one. Don't go looking for it. Let it come to you as you build your resume up. If you hot, people are gonna come. They're gonna come find you.
For producers as well.
Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
yeah, I connected with
him because his attorney, who also does pseudo management for him, and his other manager actually used to work for Empire, and I was introduced to him, and they've done amazing things with him. You know, they just have a great synergy together. They've done some really creative shit together, from the beat packs to his record deal to the publishing deal with Empire. Like, there's just a lot of creative shit that they've been doing with him that's been pretty incredible. And I mean, I can let him speak on that.
Yeah.
But you know, from where things were at a couple years ago to where they're at now, it's incredible to watch it just like grow before my eyes. And not to say that he wasn't doing amazing shit before. It's just like,
It's on another level now.
yeah, he went from an A to an A+. I mean, it's been incredible to watch. And I'm a fan of his music first, so to be able to work with him and be along for the ride is pretty incredible. I mean, everything in life you're always measuring risk versus reward, right?
Right.
So you just kind of got to make a decision for yourself and say, if I make this move and I potentially sell myself short in this particular moment, am I making an exponential gain or am I playing myself? Me personally, I don't make that move
Right.
because I never compromise my ethics for anything.
Right.
But you know, you have to make that decision.